2NURFM News for our sponsor, Cartier Jewellery. Always unique, always quality. Toronto Town Square.
It's 1 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Belinda De Lasheras with 2NURFM Hunter News. Investigations have commenced into a fatal pedestrian collision at Edgeworth this morning, which has claimed the life of a 16-year-old girl. It's believed the teen was crossing at the intersection of Main Road and Nielsen Street when she was hit by a white Toyota Prado. She was treated on scene by paramedics before being conveyed to John Hunter Hospital, where she later died. Motorists are advised Main Road remains closed in both directions as police examinations continue. It's feared 2,000 direct and indirect jobs could be lost in the Hunter unless more defence shipbuilding contracts are awarded to local companies. Around 30 unionists have rallied outside Newcastle City Hall today, where a Senate inquiry is looking into the future of the industry. Tim Ayres from the Australian Manufacturing Workers Union says having cheap Navy ships built overseas is false economy.
We know that it's substandard work, that it's never delivered on time, that it's often of low quality, and it means that we're trashing our local industry capability. Yes, the local industry has to work hard with the union and with government to keep building our capacity, to keep building productivity. But we've demonstrated we can do that. We've demonstrated we've got the capacity to do it. Now it's time for government to do their share.
The potential impact of the federal government's $7 GP tax on Hunter hospitals is back in the spotlight yet again after the release of documents from New South Wales Health's Performance Reporting Branch. The briefing papers showed the co-payment could increase the state's emergency department attendances by up to $500,000 a year and blow out waiting times. Shadow Health Minister Walt Secord says Hunter families and patients will have their well-being outsourced to EDs.
This tax will hurt Hunter families and it'll drive people to emergency wards. People will not be able to pay the tax, and to get around it, they'll go to the emergency department. Mike Baird and the Liberals must get onto the federal government and tell them to drop the GP tax. It's unfair to families and it's bad policy.
However, Health Minister Gillian Skinner says the data isn't based on the Abbott government's model, which hasn't even been passed yet.
It's all hypothetical. People should not be fearing that we're suddenly going to see a change. This GP co-payment has not been introduced into the federal parliament. It hasn't passed the Senate, and it may never pass the Senate.
Tourism bosses are voicing their scepticism towards Labor's plans for a giant convention and exhibition centre in Newcastle's West End if the party wins the March state election. It's tipped the project's construction phase would generate around 3,000 jobs, with the conference facility itself touted to create about 1,700 ongoing positions. Tourism Hunter Chairman Will Creedon says it's about adopting a comprehensive, informed approach to development.
We need to have a sensible approach to it. We need to understand the detail. There's been many studies done on how we are to make a convention centre stack up for the community. And we have to be responsible with community funds.
Port Stephens is set to be better protected in the event of a marine pollution incident thanks to a $170,000 funding boost for new emergency response equipment across New South Wales. The equipment includes new booms to contain substances on the surface of the water, sorbent materials, anchor kits, pumps, as well as temporary waste storage units for recovered oils. Roads and Maritime Services Director Angus Mitchell says the area will also benefit from frontline staff training.
On top of that, we're accompanying this with a focus on specialised training for our frontline staff throughout the state, so that we're well placed to carry out our increased responsibilities.
Patients at John Hunter Hospital are expected to emerge as the big winners from a new set of menus developed to aid their recovery. The enhanced food options aim to achieve the best nutritional outcomes for patients while catering to a wide range of dietary requirements. New meals include chicken and potato pie, lamb curry, fresh sandwiches and lemon drizzle cake, while a high-energy mid-meal snack is offered to help boost patients' appetites. In finance, the All Ords is down 42 points at 52.42 and $1 Australian is buying 87.89 US cents. Updating sport, Newcastle Knights talents Joey Leilua and David Faulongo have added another feather to their caps after being named in the 23-man Samoan side to compete in this month's Four Nations series. The boys will be put straight to work when they leave for a week-long training camp in Samoa on Friday, before returning to Australia for their opening game against England at Suncorp Stadium on October 25. Jets midfielder Marcos Flores has added fuel to the side's fiery rivalry with the Mariners in the lead-up to Saturday's F3 derby. He hurled a verbal tirade against his former club at yesterday's A-League season launch over a lack of support, while also calling into question the circumstances of his departure. Maitland's Commonwealth Games gold medalist Simon Orchard has been forced to take a break from the hockey field as he recovers from surgery on a fractured left thumb, and new Newcastle Hunters women's coach Peter Astley insists he's ready to take the challenge up to the girls in the Waratah Basketball League next season. 2 NURFM News Time is 1:05.